What's going on, y'all? It's your boy. We back, bro, with Any Hoop Pod. Another episode. Hold on, let me give you 1 second. Technical difficulties. All right. I absolutely hate that sound. All right, now we back. Now we back at Any Hoop, bro. Another episode where we talking about the trade deadline. We're gonna talk about the trade deadline, what happens at the end. You feel me? Dust is settled. Everybody where they gonna be at. No more trades for the rest of the season. Now we already know. Now we're gonna know who tanking, who actually about to make that run to the playoffs, who actually about to make that run to the conference finals, who actually about to win the chip. You feel me? Who actually gonna be contenders for the chip? This is what we got to talk about, bro. A lot of things happen, bro. But we had some clear winners and we had some clear losers, bro. We got some teams that we just like, what is y'all doing? I'm not even gonna hold you. There's a couple head scratchers, especially for me, as I look through the trade deadline, bro. But before we get into it, bro, make sure y'all go ahead and like the video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. If you haven't checked out some of the other content that we got, go ahead and check out the other content we got. We got a whole series where I'm talking about tanking and what's going on and why we tanking. You feel me? I was supposed to upload a video yesterday. It's Tuesday. I was supposed to upload a video yesterday, but I'll probably upload it tomorrow about about tanking. It's a series. You feel what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about the third part of that, the last part of that. But that's a whole series. I'm talking about the front office and all that and everything that's going on in the front office. So definitely go ahead and check that out. Check out the shorts. Check out everything we got going on here. You feel me? But let's talk about the trade deadline because a lot of things that we was looking for, as far as we was looking to see what's going on with Giannis and where he was going to go, and once Giannis moved, there's going to be a lot of other pieces that's going to move around Giannis. That didn't happen, and Giannis didn't get traded. So this is our honorable mentions right here for the Milwaukee Bucks, bro. I feel like the Milwaukee Bucks made a great decision not trading Giannis right now, especially like we wasn't in the office. We don't know. We didn't hear the calls. But if there weren't no talks about draft capital for this year and things of that nature, then it don't matter. You feel what I'm saying? They probably shouldn't have traded him. As much as we want to honor Giannis and make sure that Giannis gets to a team that he can contend for a championship and that he can actually spend the rest of his career actually winning games and actually having a meaningful basketball career. We're not trying to kill our team in the process. We already nuked the team pretty much to keep you here. We done hired Doc. We done did all types of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? We're not about to go into the rabbit hole of what happened with the Milwaukee Bucks. But they did a whole bunch of stuff to get Giannis, to keep Giannis over here, to get Giannis happy. We even got your brother back over here and all that. You feel what I'm saying? Now that you out of here, we got to make sure we cool. So they didn't get no calls talking about that draft capital and talking about how we can fix the Bucks and moving forward because they're now in a rebuild process and they don't got nobody to rebuild around. So they're going to look for that guy. You feel me? And we are on a road to getting that guy. If this trade doesn't help us get to that guy, then there's no need to pick up that phone. You feel what I'm saying? There's no need to trade him. So I think they did a good thing by not trading Giannis right now. They're probably going to trade him during the summer. Not even probably. They're going to trade him during the summer. See where he goes. See what's going on there. Lakers said they're going to go out and try to get Giannis. We'll see if that happens. You feel what I'm saying? Brian is up for his contract going to be up at the end of this year. Probably going to re-sign, restructure or something like that. If he even still plays, he might retire. So that's going to clear the cap space for the Lakers for them to go out and actually get a star like Giannis. You feel what I'm saying? Replace Bron with Giannis, which would be crazy. You feel what I'm saying? You replace AD with Luka. You replace Bron with Giannis, and the Lakers are Showtime Lakers once again. But that is for the summer. Let's talk about what actually happened during the season, bro. My number one winner, bro, people that as a team that really went out and really did their thing in this trade deadline, quietly, calmly, but firmly, bro. The Detroit Pistons, bro. I feel like the Detroit Pistons really went ahead and added that piece, bro, because they went ahead and they added I'm so sorry. Why am I blinking out on my man? Oh, why am I blinking out on my man? And why is his name not on here? Real quick. They got a shooter for my man. Why can't I think of my man's name right here? Not Luke Kennard. We got Luke Kennard. Niggas got Luke Kennard. And why he not on my notes? Give me 1 second, yo. I'm blinking. Embarrassing. Kevin Huerter. I'm so sorry. All right, boom. So that's what they got. They got my man Kevin Huerter, bro. They went and got Kevin Huerter, and Kevin Huerter is a shooter, bro. He's one of the best shooters in the league. You feel me? Quietly, one of the top shooters in the league. They went and got him. They already got Duncan Robinson. They already got Jalen Duren out there playing like an all-star, as he is an all-star. You got Cade Cunningham, who's in MVP talks. You feel what I'm saying? I think getting Kevin Huerter, getting another shooter on the other side of Cade Cunningham, another shooter for him to kick it out to, bro, and even coming off that pick and roll option, because when you come off that pick and roll, you gotta watch the low man. The low man come and commits to the pick and roll. You feel what I'm saying? You might got an open man on the three. You feel me? If you don't, if that man over there that's hanging out in no man's land, because we got a big trend of playing zone right now. There's a lot of zone playing right now. A lot of teams are going to zone. They mixing up with the man coverage. When you playing zone, you may have to sag off that man to help the paint. He's going to be open. Do you want to leave Duncan Robinson open? Do you want to leave Kevin Huerter open? That's your question right there. Do you want to do that, or do you want to just contend with this? That might happen with Jalen Duren. He might dunk on you. You feel what I'm saying? Or Cade just might get saucy and get the layup, or might hit a step back and hit the mid-range. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot of options going on over there. Detroit is dangerous, bro. This move right here, bro, I really like it, bro. I really think it signals to the league, signals to the Eastern Conference right now that we out here and we making a move. We are the number one favorites out of the East. They are definitely the number one favorites out of the East. But we got another team we got to talk about that came out of the East that actually did their thing. The Cavaliers went ahead and they picked up James Harden, traded Darius Garland in the second round pick to the Clippers to receive James Harden, and James Harden is over there in Cleveland. I told y'all that he was going that was probably going to happen. It was hypothetical, but we said it's probably going to happen. Last time that we was on here talking about the trade deadline, and it happened. You feel what I'm saying? Now I said I think it's kind of nasty work that my man James Harden is in Cleveland, because I know that as a city, that's probably not where he want to be at. But as a team and an organization, I think that gives him the best shot, realistically, somewhere where he can go, that the Clippers can get a second round. And, I don't know what's going on with Darius Garland. I don't know if they're going to build around Darius Garland, maybe. Who knows? You feel what I'm saying? But as far as getting off of the James Harden contract, because pretty much what ended up happening is James Harden, he went to the front office. He said he wanted to get paid. They said, we don't got the bread for it. You feel what I'm saying? We really can't afford to pay you that. We're not going to pay you that. So he was like, all right, trade me. You feel what I'm saying? Trade me somewhere where I can probably get the bread. And James Harden been looking for this bread for like 4 years now. I'm not even going to hold you. He tried to get it from Daryl Morey. You feel what I'm saying? He tried to get it from the Clippers. Now we don't know if he tried to get it from the Cavs. We don't know. You feel what I'm saying? But I think it's a good look for the Cavs, because Garland wasn't playing much. Garland was hurt. He had the toe injuries and all that. You feel what I'm saying? And James Harden and Darius Garland pretty much do the same thing. You feel me? Darius Garland can't play defense because he's short. James Harden is just not the best at defense. He can defend. He's just not the best defender. You feel what I'm saying? So getting James Harden over there, but he's a bigger guard. He can play make. He can play that pick and roll very well. He can shoot the three. You feel what I'm saying? And it just gives him a whole nother offensive engine that they didn't have because Darius Garland was hurt. You feel what I'm saying? We also know that he's really good at unlocking the bigs. You feel what I'm saying? Not that Darius Garland wasn't good at unlocking the bigs, but James Harden, come on. We know he's a better playmaker. You feel what I'm saying? He's one of the best playmakers of all time. And I really feel like he can unlock Jarrett Allen. Not Mobley, but Jarrett Allen. And maybe as far as practice and after practice and all that type of time, you feel what I'm saying? Maybe he can make Evan Mobley a little saucier with the handles, you feel what I'm saying? But as far as the pick and roll and the offense and everything that's going on right there, I feel like they probably won the whole trade deadline. I feel like they're the biggest winner of the trade deadline, the Cleveland Cavaliers, because I feel like they upgraded their offense and it puts them right back to where they was last year. And really they weren't where they were last year, this year, because of the injuries, and getting rid of a player that has been injury prone as Darius Garland, because he's been dealing with this toe injury all year. You feel what I'm saying? We can get him on out of here. You feel what I'm saying? And we can go ahead and get James Harden. We can maximize the time that we got with D Mitch, because look, D Mitch wasn't happy. I know he wasn't happy with the whole situation that was going on there in Cleveland. They was at the top of the top last year. Now they're the bottom of the bottom. You feel what I'm saying? They scraping the play in. You feel me? This is not what he came over here for. And we know he can probably move on after, he didn't sign a long contract. I think he only got like maybe one more year left on his contract, two more years left on his contract. So with that being said, we need to make moves to maximize his time here right now, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. He could walk. You feel me? On the Clippers hand, James Harden could have walked too. He could have walked for free. You feel what I'm saying? Because he's up for money, as he said. He came up there to get his contract extension. He wasn't having it. You feel what I'm saying? You got to trade him. If you don't trade him, you don't get nothing for him. So it makes sense on both sides. You feel what I'm saying? But now I do want to see what happens to the Clippers, because the Clippers is crazy, bro. The Clippers was Kawhi wasn't playing. They was at the bottom of the bottom. We was talking about, oh damn, they about to give OKC this crazy pick. Then Kawhi comes back. Kawhi plays some of the best basketball he played in his whole career. James Harden still playing like an all-star level. You feel what I'm saying? They come all the way back up in the standings, back into playoff contention, and now you trade James Harden. And I mean, front office wise, it makes sense, but play like basketball wise, it's like, damn, what the damn? You feel me? Like, he gone. That's crazy. So I think I don't know what's going to happen with the Clippers. That's what I'm saying. I really want to see what happens with the Clippers as far as the season goes, how far they go in the season, and what ends up happening with this pick, bro, because they could end up giving OKC a very good pick in a very loaded draft. So I do want to see how that goes and see how that happens. You feel me? That's going to be another thing. Let's talk about the Utah Jazz, bro, because they went ahead and they went and got Jaren Jackson Jr. We talked about this also last time we were on here, because it actually happened, you feel me, material-wise. But I thought this was a good move for the Utah Jazz, and I think it signals to the league that we are ready to win. You feel me? I don't know if this pushes them over the top, but here's the thing, right? And we're going to talk about the Wizards a little later. But the type of player that they got in Jaren Jackson Jr., he's still a young player. He was in Defensive Player of the Year talks just a few years ago. So he's still a young player. He still got motion. He can still improve as well. He still got room to improve as a player as well. You feel me? Especially with that rebounding. Hopefully he can rebound. You feel me? But you don't need rebound. You got Larry Marketing over there. You got rebounders over there. You feel what I'm saying? You got bigs over there that's already 7 foot. You add Jaren Jackson Jr. over there. You got a pretty solid front court. You feel me? You got Bailey over there. You got Ace Bailey over there. You feel me? Maybe the new KD. I think all together, bro, this was a good joint. Altogether, this is a good joint. I think it signals to the league, bro, that they're about to actually start playing games and actually start going into contention. They still losing. They still got their pick for this year. They added another pick from this year. That's a loaded draft with what they already got. They might actually be doing something, bro. I'm not gonna lie. They might actually be doing something. We put them on the same watch that we put on the Rockets and that we put on the Spurs, even though they ascended early. And then the Spurs, I'm not the Spurs. The Rockets, they went ahead and got KD, so they kind of sped their timeline up a little bit. But we put them on the same watch, bro. Same watch as the Pistons. You feel what I'm saying? We put them on that watch. I feel like this is that time. This is the time. This is the move that signaled that, look, bro, we here, we ready to start actually contending. The rebuild is over. You feel what I'm saying? They done trusted the process. It signals to their fans that we can finally start winning basketball, and you can expect us to win. You feel what I'm saying? You can complain now. You feel me? Because we done put the team together. On the other end, right, the Wizards kind of did the same thing. Now, the thing with the Jaren Jackson Jr. thing is, if it don't work out, you can flip him. You feel me? You could just flip him and get another player. That's kind of the same thing with the Wizards, right? But I just think it's weird, bro, that you got this young team, Alex Sarn and Keyshawn George and Bub Carrington, and you got this core, this young core that's working, that's doing pretty well. They still losing, so they can tank and they can get their pick, but they're doing real well. Where you can be like, damn, I see the future. I see what's going on. Alex Sarn had a couple 30-point games this month. I mean, not this month, this year. I think one this month, but he's really improved. He took another step forward this year in his improvement in his game. So it's like, all right, boom, we got the young core, but then now we're just going to add Anthony Davis and Trae Young in here. Now, all right, maybe you got them for a year or two. That's one thing, but these guys are on aspiring contracts. Either you're going to trade them, which that's how they got here in the first place. Nobody wanted them. That's how they got here in the first place. So I don't know what you're going to give back for the trade. And then if you extend them, what are we doing? You end up just doing the same thing that the Mavericks just did with, we want to have Kyrie and we're going to have AD. We want to have this defense. Come on, bro. I'm not buying it, bro. You just seen what happened with that. They just traded AD for a couple picks with 2 second rounders, a couple second rounder picks. You feel what I'm saying? Some aspiring contracts, bro. You feel me? Now, I think it was good that they got off of AD, but as far as if you put that up against like, oh, this is what we got back for Luka altogether, because that's how people looking at it. This is what you end up getting back for Luka. Like this is the Luka trade. It's been a year. This is what ended up after the Luka trade that we end up getting a bunch of expiring contracts and some second round picks. You feel me? That's a loss for sure. That's a loss. But as far as after the Luka trade is the AD, and then now we got to move off of AD because we got Cooper Flag, and we got to build around Cooper Flag. I feel like we had to get rid of AD. I told y'all they had to get rid of AD. You had to get rid of AD. He was not going to work. He got injured with the hand injury. They say he wasn't even going to play for the rest of the year. So I'm like, all right, you just got to get rid of him. This whole defensive core thing, and we're defensive minded, and we're defense that all that bullshit is out the window. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. Excuse my French, but it's bullshit. You feel me? You try to sell some bullshit, bro. The fans wasn't buying it. The league gave you one, like I said. You feel me? The league gave you one. They gave you Cooper Flag. You feel me? And now it's time to rekindle, remove, retool the whole thing. You feel what I'm saying? Get rid of AD. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with Kyrie. They probably get rid of Kyrie during the summertime. You feel me? Because it don't make no sense to keep Kyrie over there. And we really just rebuild around Cooper Flag. This is what I like about the Mavericks. But with the Wizards, it's like they did the opposite. It's like we got our young core, so we just gonna add in these old players. And it's like these not old players. It's like, oh, they're vets at the end of the bench. It's a difference between the end of your career and the end of your prime. You feel me? The end of your career is like, all right, boom. I can be on the team around a bunch of young fellas, give them some advice, go hard in practice, go hard in the scrimmages, give them that toughness, this, that, and the third. You feel what I'm saying? Think of KG when he went back to the Timberwolves. Think of what PJ Tucker was doing at the end of these benches at the end of his career and stuff like that. You feel me? Think of DeMarcus Cousins, what he was doing at the end of his career. You feel me? End of career. That's in the career. Then you got the end of your prime. This is where Trae Young and AD is at. They at the end of their prime. They still gonna have some years of playing basketball, but they're at the end of their prime. They're at the end of leading the team to a championship now, and they know it. You feel what I'm saying? They know it. After the injuries, this and the third, they know they're at the end of their prime. They know these are the last years they can actually maximize their athleticism and win a championship and win at the highest level. I think they're gonna get in the way. That's how I just feel. I feel like they're gonna get in the way. People feel like they're not gonna get in the way. I don't know how they're not going to get in the way. If you got two things, either you're going to be playing for a contract here or you're going to be playing for a contract somewhere else. Either way, you're going to need the ball. You feel what I'm saying? You're going to be ball dominant. You feel what I'm saying? Same thing with Trae Young. Trae Young, he got over here because there was no market for him. He's going to have to go in there and he's going to have to prove to himself to either get an extension that he probably going to get. You feel me? It's already saying that he's going to get. We don't know what Anthony Davis is going to get. But to either get that extension or to show to other teams that pick me up, bro. I'm still one of them. You feel what I'm saying? You see what happened to John Morant. John Morant kid, don't nobody even want to touch John Morant. You feel me? Just because of everything that's going on. He don't shoot that well. You feel what I'm saying? He can't defend that well. You feel what I'm saying? He's a small guard. It is what it is, bro. Same thing with Trae Young. So it's like, all right, y'all went in here. Y'all got these old players at the end of their prime that's going to want the basketball, that's going to prove themselves to the rest of the league. And we still got a little juice in this left. We deserve the contract. Something that you've seen that James Harden been doing. So it's like, all right, they're going to get in the way. They're going to get in the way. Does that impede the process of Alex Sarr and Keyshawn George and all those guys right there that you already had building up? I don't know, bro. It's just weird. You feel what I'm saying? It's just weird. Now, they do got to spend the money. They have money on your cap space. You can't have no extra money going into the season. That's a rule as far as the NBA go. But so I get that you get these guys, but at the same time, bro, you probably could have got some bench players or whatever and just call it a day. Going to get Anthony Davis and Trae Young may harm y'all. That's what I'm saying. May harm y'all. Y'all may end up looking up and being like, damn, we mid-range. You feel what I'm saying? We DeRozan. You feel what I'm saying? We mid-range. You feel me? Like, we in the middle of the pack for no, like, and being in the middle of the pack is the worst thing ever, bro. Like, go check out my other videos, bro. Being in the middle is the worst thing ever. And I feel like this just sets them up to be in the middle. That's how I feel. This just sets them up to be Miami. You feel me? And look at Miami. Bam is on TV doing ESPN segments every other day. He already setting up to retire. So you don't want to be in Miami. That's just that. But I do like what Mavericks did by getting rid of Anthony Davis. Then you got the Golden State Warriors, bro, which is so hard to say goodbye. to yesterday. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, they is killing this dynasty, bro. They is cooking this dynasty, bro. I am not gonna lie. This is some ugly work, bro. They wanted Giannis, bro, but they ended up with Porzingis. Like, what the? Come on, bro. You ended up with Porzingis. You wanted to trade Jonathan Kuminga for some value. Oh, we're not trading Jonathan Kuminga because the market's not demanding it. And you the badmouth team, you the bench team, you the drop this value down to zero. Then you surprised that his value is down to zero, and they want to give you zero for him. And so you end up trading for some pennies and Porzingis, who don't even play no more, bro, because he got some mysterious illness. This is nasty work, bro. This is nasty work. You had Draymond on the stand crying, talking about, oh, it's been a hell of a ride. You feel what I'm saying? He's doing podcasts, damn near retiring. You feel what I'm saying? Damn near retiring. Feel me? Going everywhere, talking about it's been a great time and this, that, and the third. You feel what I'm saying? Probably the first time he ever been in trade talks. You feel me? He probably thought his job was safe until now. You feel me? Now he like, damn, it's the end of the road. You feel what I'm saying? And all that for no reason. You end up just getting Porzingis, bro. Porzingis is talented, bro. He barely played, bro. He not that number two guy. Like, he's not a number two guy. Let's come on, bro. He's not a number two guy. He's not even a number three guy. At this point, he's a role player, bro. He's a stretch big at this point. You feel what I'm saying? He's a role player at this point. You feel me? He's a serviceable starter. He's a starter. I'm not gonna say not. He's a starter. When he plays, he's a starter, I guess. But when the last time you seen a man play? You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's none of that, bro. This is nasty work, bro. I'm not gonna lie. So no second era for Steph, no great sunset era for Steph. It's gonna be a Kobe John. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a Kobe John. And that might just be how it goes for a player who ends up with one franchise for his whole career. You feel what I'm saying? It just get ugly at the end, especially when you that guy. You feel what I'm saying? Especially when you that guy. Steph Curry, that guy. You feel what I'm saying? And everything revolves around him. And when he's on his decline, he on his way out. You feel what I'm saying? It's looking like the rest of this franchise is on his way out too. Again, I just really want to see what happens with Steve Kerr, because it's like, this end of the dynasty stuff that's going on right here, it ain't looking good, bro. It's not looking good on his resume. Like, this is looking like you only won because you had the dynasty, not because you're a good coach. This looking like Mark Jackson set everything up and you just rolled the coattails. You feel me? Just looking like Mike Brown could have been here and did the same thing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is what it's looking like on Steve Kerr. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know. I just don't know, bro. It's not looking too good for Gay. It's just not looking too good for Gay. All right. The Lakers didn't grab any guards or anything like that. They grabbed Luke Kennard, good shooter, but had to give up that second rounder. The only joint y'all had. I don't know. You feel me? So it might be an L. It just might be an L. I don't know. It might be an L, guys. I don't know about that one. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about the Lakers. That one might be an L. The Timberwolves took an L, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The Timberwolves took an L. They didn't grab anybody, and they cleared out space. My fault, y'all. They didn't grab anybody, and they cleared out space for Giannis. And the whole thing was like, all right, we're going to go grab Giannis. We're going to clear out the space, grab Giannis, pairing with AE, you feel me, and the Frenchman, and we're going to go crazy. That didn't happen. So now it just looks like y'all the same team, but the bench is still the bench, which is no bench. Y'all still have no bench. Y'all didn't grab, like, Jose Alvarado. Y'all could have grabbed him. Like, y'all have no bench. Nobody coming off the bench. I got Nasri, but he damn near started. Like I already said. I feel like I said this already, but, like, you don't have no bench. You didn't go out and grab nobody for that. You didn't go grab anybody to improve your starting lineup. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all going in the same team y'all was last year. You feel me? Maybe worse because y'all going on another deep playoff run, so y'all nicked and banged up a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all going in there a little bit worse. Y'all getting out the first round. That second round, though, is going to be hell. And it's going to be hell because y'all didn't go grab nobody to help y'all in that line of fire, bro. That's how I really feel, bro. It's like, I don't know, bro. They need some shot creation insurance, bro. They need somebody to get in there and grab some fouls. So AE not taking fouls. So you need everybody. That's what I'm saying. Like, at this point now, you need everybody. It's just like the Lakers, bro. You need everybody. Everybody has to be here for us to win. You need everybody here. You need everybody playing well. You need everybody clicking on all cylinders. There's no room for error. So the fact that y'all don't grab nobody, don't load up on the bench, nothing like that, get rid of your vet, and don't even go, add nobody. I don't know, bro. L, you feel me? But Zubac goes over to Indiana. You feel what I'm saying? We already know Zubac was gonna go. Once James went, you know Zubac was gonna go. That was the guy, and I feel like Zubac was only playing that well because he had James Harden. Now he goes to the Pacers. Pacers not gonna do nothing this year, but they're gonna get us a top pick. They're gonna get themselves a top pick this year in the draft, and then Tyrese Halliburton's coming back next year, pairing with Zubac. That's gonna look nasty, bro. With the squad they already got, I feel like Zubac is a serviceable replacement for Miles Turner. And we don't know what it's going to look like yet. We ain't see it yet. But with Tyrese Halliburton together, those two just might set it off. That might really just replace Miles Turner. Miles Turner was a big piece, bro. He's a big reason why they end up making it that far and end up making it to the finals last year. So with them losing Miles Turner, it was a big hit to the Pacers. And I didn't really get it. I knew it was because of the money situation, but I didn't really get why that was happening and all that. You feel what I'm saying? So like the fact that they went ahead and grabbed Zubac to fill in that role right there, I respect it, bro. I really think it was cool, bro. I didn't respect it. So listen, bro, this was not a trade deadline that was about fireworks and the biggest trades of all time. This, that, and the third. This was about really roster construction, bro, and philosophy and who fit where and what fits there. It was a lot of front office stuff going on. It was a lot of pre-moves that you don't have to make in the free agency. You want to grab some people right now. There's a lot of that stuff going on right now. You feel me? There's a lot going on with that. You feel me? But teams went ahead and they chose their direction, bro. You feel me? They chose where they was gonna go. So now we see what's really going on. So now that Giannis is not getting traded, we already know the Bucks is about the team. You feel me? We already know that's going on. Knicks didn't get nobody, so the Knicks are who they are. You feel me? The Pistons went ahead and got better. They cool. Oh, and then Vucci man ended up on the Boston, which was a good job. I think we talked about that in the last video, but I just want to say that again. He got over there to Boston, and he's looking good over there in that Boston uniform. And they went ahead and got a little bit better. Cavs got better. I think we locked in what it's going to be. I'm glad the Cavs got better because the Cavs was looking crazy, bro. You feel what I'm saying? They was looking crazy out here. And I was like, damn, bro, y'all just really went downhill because of injuries. Grabbing Garland, y'all back around. You feel me? So we want to see. Let me know in the comments who y'all thought won the trade deadline, who you thought lost the trade deadline. Who's your favorite team? Did they do anything at the trade deadline that you appreciated? My favorite team is the Sixers, and we traded Jared McCain, but I liked it though. I'm sad to see McCain go. I'm sad to see McCain go, but I like the fact that we dodged the tax. You feel what I'm saying? And we cut the core pieces together because the man barely played. You feel what I'm saying? He just did TikToks. The fans loved him. Fans loved him. They loved him here in Philly, but he ain't do nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Good luck in OKC. I hope you snap. OKC continues to have the deepest bench in the history of the NBA. I don't know what the hell is going on. Their bench just keeps improving and improving and improving. So it's real crazy work. But that's it. That's my time right there. And I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your night. Peace.